music.
You give me work and make me slave all day. Then you raise your prices high to take away my pay. My eyes are open and yet you think I can't see all the wrong things you have done and are still doing to me. Makes me a warrior and I'm a fighter for what I stand for, and that's my total freedom. Said I'm a warrior, I am a freedom fighter. I'm gonna fight on for my total freedom. Oh yeah, alright. Oh no 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 no. Oh yeah, alright. My song, your song, come on and help me sing along, people. Those lands you own and live in luxury, and you pretend you don't know they belong to me. By fraudulent means you took them away, but you better get ready for the price you have to pay. 'Cause I'm a warrior and I'm a freedom fighter for what I stand for, and that's my total said I'm a warrior. I am a freedom fighter. I'm gonna fight on for my total freedom. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Alright. My song, your song, come on and help me sing along, people. Oh yeah. Alright. Oh no. Wait a minute. I said wait a minute. Is everybody alright? How can everybody be alright? Think about the people starving in Ethiopia. Think about my brothers struggling for power in South Africa. The wicked oppressor keep on trying to keep them under. Tell me, Lord, how long do my people have to suffer? Oh, I'm a warrior, I'm a fighter for what I stand for, and that's my total freedom. Said I'm a warrior, and I'm a fighter. Yes, I know I'm gonna have to fight on for my total freedom. Yeah, oh yeah. Alright. No. Your vote will decide our destiny. Your vote will decide what you want to be. Your vote can foretell our country's fate. Move and use it well before it's too late. If it is that who you're voting, fail beyond a doubt. When you're voting, vote them out. Vote them out. If it is they prove it to be only full amount. When you're voting, vote them out. Vote them out. If it is the time is now that change should come about, just as how you vote them in, vote them out. Register and vote them out. If they don't see, vote them out. Stain your finger and vote them out. Show them no mercy, vote them out. Vote them out with total scorn and utter disdain. Let's put our country together again. Put them out of power, dominate their reign. Let's put our country together again. out. When you're voting, vote them out. Vote them out. If it is the passing laws that them alone can flout. When you're voting, vote them out. Vote them out. If it is the building eyesores, east, west, north and south, the same way you vote them in. Vote them out. Register and vote them out. Totally vote them out. State your finger and vote them out. Rescue the country. Vote them out. Vote them out with tempo. They have we in pain. Let's put our country together again. Vote them out with calypso and joyous refrain. Let's put our country together again.
Of rock and fun radio, sponsored by Newsday.
Every word, every line, every paragraph depicts a real moment in someone's life. A father, a sister, a mother, a brother. We at Newsday are dedicated to you, the people, and through independent, unwavering journalism, strive to always bring your stories to life. Because your stories are more than just words. Newsday, independent and credible.
My parents' generation grew up with Royal Castle. From the first restaurant in 1968, when that distinctive, tempting aroma hit the air, they just couldn't resist. And like never before, fried chicken with a special blend of local seasonings and a one-of-a-kind flavor down to the bone. Today, Royal Castle still have that same delicious taste, and I love it too. The kids,
and everyone, welcome to U97.5 douglAR Radio, hot like a pepper. Welcome to each and every one of our listeners, those who now tuning in. Blessed and good afternoon to you. I'm your host Victor Roberts, sitting in for the Honorable Senator Anil Roberts, who will be back up and rumbling come Monday. So stay tuned.
When that man come back, his voice gonna be double trouble, right?
Yes, sir. He coming to rumble. He coming to blaze. He coming to burn. He coming to light the place afire.
Oh.
So remember, Anil Roberts will be back on Monday. And today we will, as usual, get into our discourse, where we will discuss some facts. No fiction. When you come to U97.5, rest assured that the information that will be disseminated onto you, it's nothing but facts, no fiction. So today, ladies and gentlemen, is as good as any other day as we warm this thing up a little bit. So we are hearing mandatory vaccination. We are hearing schools becoming safe zone. We are hearing, and we will continue to hear. Today, ladies and gentlemen, I want to reassure you and to give you the commitment that the United National Congress stand firm in relation to vaccination by choice.
Yes.
I know a lot of folks are saying that they are not hearing from my leader. My leader, she had made it quite clear that the United National Congress, yes, we are saying that vaccination is there, but we are also saying that it must be done by your choice. And so rest assured that the party will stand by its commitment, the party will stand by its voice, and of course, the voice of the leader, it is the voice of the party, and therefore, the Honorable Kamla Prasad Bisesa states that vaccination will be by choice, and the UNC would not support any form of mandatory vaccination. Okay, so I hope that you hear that and you hear that well. I know that a lot of folks are saying that they needs to hear more and they want to hear more and they want to hear more, but how much more do you want to hear? When you hear it 500 times, you believe that it would not change. The leader has made the party's position clear, and that is what it shall be. So today, ladies and gentlemen, we are hearing a lot from different forums on in terms of this mandatory vaccination. I was listening to the Chambers of Commerce in Central, and while I was listening, I was trying to catch actually what the chairman was really saying, because on one hand, he is saying that they are saying that vaccination must be by choice, but then on the other hand, I'm hearing that after consultation, if people choose to remain unvaccinated, I am wondering if I'm hearing that then they will support the another step forward in meaning that they may not have a problem with whatever policy that government put in place. I trust and hope that is what I'm not hearing, because I realize that plenty people miss the boat, and they miss the boat badly. When it comes to whether it be vaccination or not, the position, ladies and gentlemen, that the country must stand for and stand with is simply whether it be along vaccinated lines or whether it be along any other line. We are saying that the Constitution, people democratic right must not be infringed. That's the bottom line. Whether it's whatever Keith Rowley want to implement, we are saying that people's democratic rights must not be infringed. That is the point, and that is what this country must defend, because when you allow a government to get away with breaches of the Constitution and your democratic right, as we have seen in relation to a number of pieces of legislation that slipped through with simple majority in the parliament with the help of the speaker, we are saying that, look, once you allow this trend and this pattern and this type of behavior to escape in society, what and where would the buck stop? At what point would it stop? What point would it cease to exist? What will be the line? Where the line would be drawn? And that is the issue. The issue is Trinidad and Tobago must be governed by the Constitution, and I don't care who Prime Minister, I don't care who Minister, I don't care who Attorney General, I don't care who. The Constitution It is the guide by which we must be governed. And that is where the buck must stop. That is where the buck must stop. Ladies and gentlemen, in our country today, we are faced with so many different crises. We are faced with problems from top to bottom in governance. We are faced with the abuse of power by those who sits in the cabinet, and then we are also faced with the lack of representation by those who also sits within the cabinet. Meaning, in the cabinet, ladies and gentlemen, we have persons who the people of this country cast a vote to ensure that those persons sit within the democratic process and sit there for a reason and a purpose. And the purpose that those individuals sit there is so that representation, one, can be forthcoming, and two, law and order would be upheld, and three, the Constitution must be defended. But when we have a government in power, and those who the citizenry elect to sit and to ensure that those in authority, that they would operate with transparency, that they would operate with integrity, and that they will also operate by the rule of law. And when you see, ladies and gentlemen, that those who you have elected sits within a cabinet and allow this type of breaches, this type of misbehavior, this type of attitude to escape, you must understand that you, as those who have placed those individuals in office, you are the one that ought to be the check and the balance to ensure that if they cannot do the job, then you are responsible to have them recall. You are responsible to have them recall. Because we can no longer sit idly by and see what is happening in this country, and all we will sit and say is, when 2025 comes, we will have to do what is necessary. I am saying that you, ladies and gentlemen, you have the authority to fast track 2025. You have the authority in this country, ladies and gentlemen, to bring any government to account. You have the responsibility, ladies and gentlemen, to stand up where those who you have invested the power to legislate and to ensure that our democracy remains on the pinnacle, and that pinnacle, ladies and gentlemen, must be the epitome, the highest point. And when we sit and see what is happening, then we as the citizens we must take a stand to ensure that good governance exists within our twin island republic. And that is why I will continue to call on you to exercise that right that you have as citizens, that right to put a stop to this dictatorial behavior, put a stop to this lawlessness in governance, to put a stop to the abuse of power by those that holds office. You, ladies and gentlemen, we, all of us, we are responsible to take a stand, and to take a stand now. We cannot allow this country to continue, especially when we have seen the contamination of every form of independent institution in our land. We have seen, ladies and gentlemen, from the steps of the parliament, we are seeing abuse. We are seeing no independency, even from the speaker, who ought to be the referee, who ought to be the judge, who ought to rule in favor of the citizens of this country. We have seen the breakdown, the destruction of our democracy from the level of the speaker. We have also seen, ladies and gentlemen, the independent bench, what we call the independent senators, those who sit within the upper house, those who ought to be checks and balances. We have seen the contamination spread so drastically that no longer we can sit and pinpoint any form of independency within the independent bench in our parliament. We have seen the independent bench, ladies and gentlemen. They have took over the reign to ensure that the votes that Keith Christopher Rowley government needs to bushwhack any piece of legislation that they are prepared to give that type of support, forfeiting their rights, forfeiting the rights to be independent, giving up the right as the check and balance to ensure that justice comes to the people of this twin island. We have seen, ladies and gentlemen, a blatant disrespect for law and order. We have seen that the independency within the parliament have supported the government on every aspect, and not only supporting the government, ladies and gentlemen, but also attacking 300,000+ individuals who have voted and placed the opposition as the final check and balance in relation to our democracy. They have attacked the opposition in the most brutal form, even while they sit and pretend to be independent. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is what we are faced with in our country. We have seen, ladies and gentlemen, the judiciary, another arm, an arm where we the citizens believe that fairness, justice, equality will comes to help, ladies and gentlemen. We would have expected that statements would have come from the judiciary, seeing that they are charged with the power and seeing that they are charged with the responsibility and have the power to determine on constitutional matters. They rule on constitutional matters. They also interpret constitutions. They set landmark judgments. They are the one that we believe would have been the final defense of democracy in our country. And yet, with all the abuse that we have seen over the past 6-7 years by this government, we have not heard one song coming out from those who we know who are charged with the responsibility to determine on these constitutional matters. So where do we go from here? Where do we go from here, Trinidad and Tobago? We must now be our own. We must now be, ladies and gentlemen, our own defenders of our constitution. No longer we can sit and wait on those who we have entrusted with the authority to uphold and upkeep our sacred documents. We must now be the defenders of democracy in Trinidad and Tobago. And we must stand and defend democracy, if ever it means defending democracy with every drop of strength within our bodies. When you examine countries in relation to democracy, there are those who lose their life for democracy. There are those who spend years in prison for democracy. There are those who were tortured in the most brutal form for democracy. And today, ladies and gentlemen, we have a God-given duty to defend democracy in Trinidad and Tobago. Why some will laugh and some will support this government in relation to every breach you would understand that if the shoes was on the other foot, the song would have sung differently. We need people in this country who will stand for what is right. We need people in this country who will stand for what is fair. We need people in this country who will stand against every and any government who believe that they can flaunt and abuse our democracy. We need people who will stand Democracy, ladies and gentlemen, it is not a party issue. Democracy, ladies and gentlemen, is not a red or a yellow issue. Democracy, ladies and gentlemen, it's a rainbow issue. Democracy represents every color, every creed, and every race in our society. You must see democracy, ladies and gentlemen, as the number one pillar of this country. You must see democracy, ladies and gentlemen, as a precious, a most precious gem to be cherished in our country. We have never ever seen such a brutal attack on our democracy throughout all the years of governance in this country. An attack we have never seen in this Twin Island Republic as we are now experiencing under this administration, ladies and gentlemen. Where is your voice? Where are those trade unionists? Where are those religious organizations? Where are those NGOs? Where are those chambers of commerce? Is it, ladies and gentlemen, that the love of that dollar is what have all these various institutions quiet? Is it those grants, the foundation of this country? Citizens of this republic, you are now called with a special call. You are called, ladies and gentlemen, to stand in the gap to defend the future of this country. Welcome, caller inside.
Hey Victor, how you going, man?
I'm fine.
Is your partner big here, boy?
Yeah, brother, how things?
How are you? How are you?
Good.
And I press a good night to Mr. Corky there.
Yeah, he just stepped out a little bit. He'll be back in studio shortly.
Well, boy, let me tell you something. I'm not sure what the topic you're on tonight. I just logged on. But I want, if you will, I crave your indulgence. That I am so happy today that I have seen the PSA. I have seen the All Trinidad General Workers Trade Union. I have seen NATUC. I have seen all of the trade unions have begun to speak out. And they have been saying no to mandatory vaccination. I am calling on this government tonight. Rescind this draconian, rescind this autocratic, this dictatorial decision of forcing public servants to take a vaccine via a mandatory. People should be given a choice under our constitutional right. And that right is under section 4, 5, and 6 of the Constitution.
Right.
I am calling on the PNMites. Hear me out quick, carefully. I am calling on the PNMites. You PNMites who are public servants, who are going to be forced to do this. I am calling on you all. Tell your Prime Minister that it's time to say, boss man, it's either you get to help or call a damn general election now.
Yeah.
But this is ridiculous. It is ridiculous. And I am seeing where we are going to have a by-election in the South seat. And it will be victorious to the United National Congress. It will be a victory for the UNC in that. It will be a victory for Kamala Prasad, etc. So I will say to all on sundry, it is time to tell Dr. Keith Christopher Rowley, because we don't know where the hell he is. We don't know where he has gone. I don't know if he's suffering from a case of PIP. Still, you have been silent for too long. You have nonsense going on in your government. You have an attorney general who clearly is showing that there is some signs of a conflict of interest. Mr. Prime Minister, if you refuse to speak, I notice there's a trend. The President refused to speak. Now the Prime Minister is refusing to speak. Sir, if you refuse to speak, call a general election and call it now. But good night, continue the good work you're doing, Victor.
Thank you, brother. So, Koki, you know who that was? That was your good friend, Brian. Brian Big, who was
Brian,
here.
yes, all right.
Yes. Koki, I think we have a clip to play.
Yes.
We will play that clip.
Let me line it up here for you.
Right, so we'll play that clip there, and then I think we should take the break first before we play the clip.
Yes, good idea.
And then we will get back into it, and then we will kick off from there.
All right.
Right, so we'll go to the break,
Yes.
and when we come back, we will play the clip, and then we will kick the thing off from here.
No problem.
So we take the break, callers. We'll be right back.
Let's go.
own. Today, Royal Castle still have that same delicious taste, and I love it too. The kids can't resist it either. Plus, they have more to enjoy. For me, the castle is more than just nice food. It's we own, part of me and you, and is the real flavor of TNT.
Le Grand Coulon Spa Resort at Stonehaven Bay, Blackrock. Bed and breakfast rates available. To book, call 283-2597 or 463-2946. Le Grand Coulon Spa Resort at Stonehaven Bay, Blackrock.
Come to the Waves Restaurant and Bar, Grafton Beach, Blackrock, Tobago. Great ambience, fantastic prices, all COVID protocols observed. Full premium bar available. Call Waves at 731-4646 to make your reservation. Come dine with the Waves Restaurant and Bar, Grafton Beach, Blackrock, Tobago. You must be vaccinated to dine in. Fresh Street Market, your neighborhood supermarket.
Number 3 Andrew Lane, corner Churchill Roosevelt Highway and Andrew Lane, Derby, Mousica.
Opening hours.
Saturday 7:30 a.m. to 7:30 p.m.
Sundays 8 a.m. to 6:30 p.m. When you think about fresh produce and good quality food, come to Fresh Street Market, your neighborhood supermarket.
Number 3 Andrew Lane, corner Churchill Roosevelt Highway and Andrew Lane, Derby, Mousica.
What goes in is a local something that makes it all taste better. It's the flavor of our culture. Come from here, come from there, and everywhere. It's the special flavor that's made us savor at the Royal Castle. Welcome the Royal Castle. Royal Castle. Flavor to the bone. Royal Castle. Taste the very own. Royal Castle is the local something that makes it all taste better. Taste the unique flavor of our culture at Royal Castle.
douglAR Radio is now on U97.5 FM Hot Like Pepper Multicultural Radio, Monday to Friday, 6:15 p.m. to 9 p.m. with Anil Roberts, bringing you the facts on politics and up-to-date information. Also taking your calls on 218-7762. douglAR Radio on U97.5 FM Hot Like Pepper Multicultural Radio, 6:15 p.m. to 9 p.m. Monday to Friday.
Get ready for the revolution. Come on, what you say now?
Sponsored by Royal Castle.
Get ready for the revolution. Come on, what you say now?
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. So let's get into today's proceedings. Let's get ready to rumble. So we will play this clip. My good friend Attorney Brian spoke of it a while ago. The positions that the trade union took in relation to this whole vaccine mandatory fiasco. And so we're going to run a clip from the PSA, and then we will start to articulate things from here. Okay? Come in, Ko.
Pleasant good day to one and all. My brothers and sisters, comrades, one and all. Thank you for being members of this great union that we call the PSA, Public Service Association. There will come a time in your life when you have to make choices, and the choice we are going to make here right now is if we are going to be dictated or actually bullied into doing something against our will. That in layman's term is called duress. And we operate, the public service operates under the law. The law states that anything that is not written into the Constitution of Trinidad and Tobago does not exist. It's not amending. It's not bonding. And we said no to mandatory vaccination. The reason being is everyone has a choice. Some people have complications. Some people, gene pool is different. The blood construction is different. We don't want anybody to go and take a vaccine or anything that's against the will. We have no problem with vaccination, but everyone has a choice in life. And if someone isn't feeling comfortable or has no liability attached by any membership or any government or any services who request that you take a vaccine, and the end result has no liability bonding what could be your faith, the Public Service Association has a big problem with that. So we are urging all members from this day on. The broadcast is here, live. You saw the bulletin is placed. This is the position we place to the NCRHA management. We are not divulging any information when it comes to vaccination status. None at all. None at all. So I'm urging all staff members who are under the Public Service Association and also those who are not. There are no laws amending stating that you have to give up your vaccination status, being vaccinated or not. We are human beings, we are public servants, we are healthcare workers. 2 years ago, I'll bring you back to 2020, when there was no vaccination and the pandemic now had occurred. We were working arms in arms. Everyone was working, doing what they are paid to do, giving 150% out and working in unity. Now there's a level of segregation who is vaccinated and who are not vaccinated. Go on this side, who vaccinated come to work, who not vaccinated come to work, but you will not be paid. We are not letting anyone, I reiterate the words, anyone or any government or any force of nature to prevent us from making a hard-earned dollar to mind our families. Right now, cost of living is not adding up with our pocket at all. Things are hard, flour, everything going up. We are still on 2013 salary. So we are still working with a smile on our face, loving our hearts because we love our job, and giving the public service 150% as healthcare workers, whether in the storm, lost a lot of friends with COVID, that, whether in the storm, I'm working very assiduously to make sure that the government of Trinidad and Tobago and all the members and all the citizens, every on sundry, will be taken care of health-wise. All we are requesting that we are under the law and we are law-abiding citizens, so the law guides us. We are not to give up our vaccination status, and that's an order from Mr. Leroy Baptiste, who is the head of the PSA. And that is what we are paying $100 for, to make sure we are guided by the law, and the PSA is our governing union. So to all management who are telling you about vaccination status, we are not a disrespectful bunch of people. We are just telling you, sir, that's none of your damn business. Right? That is personal and confidential. We as the PSA stand firm in arms, and we are ready to serve and fight to make sure that this is a win-win for the government workers who are outside here to work, all the public servants who work under the government. I cannot speak on behalf of the private sector, but all the government workers who are under the PSA, we stand in arms with you, and all the health workers, we stand in arms with you to make sure that we are not overridden and we are law-abiding and we follow the law. We are not dictated into doing something that we are queried about. Thank you.
Hip, hip, hip.
Hooray.
Hip, hip, hip. Hip, hip, hip. That is what we're talking about. That is what we're talking about, Mr. Leroy Baptiste. That is what we saying. It is none of their business. And we want to tell you the cut and MTS and all of them who feel that they could bully people to take the vaccine or no work and no pay. We will fight you. Bottom line, we will fight you because you not bigger than the law. Alwari and Rowley and Imbot and all of them, they're not bigger than our law. And who give them the authority to believe that they could enshrine whatever they feel within our constitution and the citizens have to obey? We saying go down in the devil's pit with that. We're not going to take no form of abuse by any government. And while we are saying, well, let me correct that. While I am saying I have no problem with the vaccinated or the unvaccinated, I am saying that vaccination must be by your choice. Yes. And tell the employers and them that. Yes. And if they feel that they could bully you, then they could take that syringe and stick it straight inside the arm. Let me take this one.
Arm, you say?
Arm.
I thought it was arm.
Nah, arm.
Okay.
Arm. Welcome, caller.
Yeah, Victor, what do you feel?
Yeah, good day.
You rightfully say a while ago that these people and them, they cross the line.
Mm-hmm.
They really, really cross the line, Victor. And people in we society now have to come together and realize that no one man, no you and I can do this together.
Yes.
We had to have a big coming together for this thing here.
Mm-hmm.
And really and truly, the unions and them have a key integral part to play, seeing that it starts with the state workers.
Yep.
But what I'm seeing, boy, Victor, boy, 3 years, 4 years now, the government hanging a sweet in front of the unions, and like the unions kitty bane for this petrol finally. I don't know if you understand where I'm going.
Yeah.
And just 2-3 days ago, they come and they hang it again. I don't know if you see it on the news. So what's going on? Because why I say that? 10 years now, public servants supposed to get negotiation and bargaining for an increase in salary.
Yeah.
And they're still working on 2013 salary.
Correct.
And look how much years the price of food and basic items increase. You understand? So you and I can't make the change. All of we have to come together, realize these people cross the line, and we have to do something real big to change that.
Yeah, I agree.
You understand?
I agree.
Love in the house. Love in the house.
Thank you, caller. I agree. And the caller make a very salient point there. While some people may be feeling that they still have a job. Welcome, caller.
Good night, Mr. Victor Robertson.
Good night, sir.
And who with you there, Corky?
Corky D.
Good night, sir.
Good evening, man.
Nice. Listen to this. I want to talk about the union first.
Go ahead.
The union has been silent and subtly supporting the vaccine vagrant. You know why they're coming out now? Their pocket is being hurt. Where does the union get their money from?
Membership.
Right. And if you cut all the membership down to zero, what will happen with the union?
Zero in the bank.
Rudy and them can get a fat salary, but they get some of the leadership, I believe, get money up front for the petrol train to happen. Now, if you're running a company, you will see where your revenue has deteriorated to such an extent. You're not only fighting survival due to membership, but due to revenue. So they operationally dysfunction and collapsing. Now, the strongest union is the PSA now. They have something that could matter. And this new fellow take over from Duke, he ain't playing ball with them. He telling them like it is, and he protecting his membership. Now, Duke was one of the smarter union leaders. When things started to get rough, he signed the deal, the negotiation with the former government, and public servants got. Since that, any other state union, they basically closed out, I think, about 76 or 80 something. But the Petrotin people never got a pay increase. They take zero, I think, from Rowley, and then they shut them down. If they take 5%, they go home with 5% more money and they take home pay. I mean, the restructuring and redundant pay. Now, the second thing I want to talk about now, and the vaccine regard, this game me vexed sometime, eh, boy? You see what his action has caused? Tobago. And people ain't saying nothing about Tobago. Tobago, you know, they say for the last 3 weeks, in terms of the 7 week, the 7 days average, Trinidad was number one. Where do you think you will fit Tobago? Above Trinidad might be 0.5. I mean, they are being facetious. Because since the vaccine graver made his famous statement, plenty people dead. When he shut down the SOE for his own personal ego election, it was 107. I believe it is 200 and something now. Plenty people dead. He has caused calamity in Tobago. Now let's come back to Terence the Terrible, his sidekick. His sidekick promised ICU, 6 of them for Tobago, eh? They get it yet? Are they spiting Tobago? Are they willing to let all those people die because lack of patient care? So that the current new regime in Tobago will look bad? We have to ask ourselves the question, because I'm coming back, I see making pronouncement on ivermectin. Why people making that decision? They want to live. Because when they go to the hospital and the step-down facility, what are they saying about it? They're saying it is a disaster, it's a suspect, it's nasty, it's thing they can't stay. So they prefer to risk themselves getting some alternative treatment home than to face what we call the parallel healthcare system. They prefer to die in the comfort of their home than on the sidewalk or in a tent. That is what this healthcare. And why are they hiding the statistic to tell us who died where and where? The rotational policy from Javelin Thomas. They're working and they don't want to give you the figures. Because when we get the figures, we going to know which hospital is functioning and which are functioning. I mean, they say it's a disaster for the vaccine variant and them. I will come back a little later in the police service to Jam Jacob. Bye. Have a nice night.
Thank you, caller. And you see, Tobago was doing fine. Tobago was doing fine until Keith Rowley said the place to be last Easter is Tobago. That is what Tobago was doing fine. Tobago was surviving. Tobago was doing fine until Keith Rowley said the place to be is Tobago. And all who want to go Tobago could go. They could go when they want and come when they want. Ransonan says over 50,000 people. They take all the COVID from Trinidad and dump it in Tobago. Man running on top of woman neck. Woman running on man neck. Woman on woman. Is madness in Tobago. Everybody balancing. Is rum, soca and woman. Everybody jamming. As the Calypsonian say, Port of Spain could burn down the jamming still. Everybody jamming in Tobago. Rowley say, come. All you come, Tobago, come. And the boats, Tobago overflowing. It's full and overflowing. So what all they expect with a bunch of mad people that all you have running in government and then talking one pack of idiotism, number one in the world. Boy, look, people, welcome, caller.
Back again, Victor. I had to make another pronouncement on this vaccine gradient business. You know the vaccine gradient say between 20 to 30, he kind of comfortable. We good, we 44. And he used the statistics, and the statistics was infection, the ratio of infection to deaths. You know Tobago go be all kind about 200. Trinidad is 44 and Tobago will be 200 based on his statistics and his ratio.
Caller, I don't know how people still listening to that idiot that they have here for health minister. I don't know how people still listening to that idiot that they have here for health minister. Something really had to be wrong with people in this country. People still listening to that. They listening to that still. Boy, look, caller had to be mad, yes. Welcome, caller.
Good afternoon, Mr. Robert.
Yes, sir. Good day.
Well, I see you haven't given us any update with respect to the shutdowns, but I'm waiting still. But tell me something. You recall, and you just made the statement that Rowley said Tobago is the place to be, and then after that, 50,000 people went, and Tobago has now fallen. You will also recall that he went to Wall Street and ring the bell, and the entire financial market crashed.
Crash?
Yes. You remember that?
Of course, caller.
Now, I want you to appeal to the people who we want shut down this country. The workers must shut down the country. And if the unions don't support the workers must immediately withdraw as membership from the unions and join the UNC.
I support that.
I am telling you that because
I support that.
We are playing tit for tat, butter for fat, you know.
Yeah.
I serious, you know.
Yeah.
I must even sound funny when I call the program, you know. I don't know if all of take me as for serious, you know. But I am saying when workers who in a unionized bargaining unit and an union environment and they get no support from the union because the government pushing money up the yin-yang, I want workers to get smart and do not support the PNM through the union. You hard-earned $100 or $200, drop out the damn union, crash them union. Look at Petrotrin. Petrotrin have the best union.
Tell me something. Tell me something.
And the reason for that is because when they was going and sell the refinery to Trafigura, the Petrotrin workers didn't know that Ansel Roger and the other boy, David Abdullah, was negotiating behind the scene. They would have stood down and fund the company, make the profit, and hire back workers on small money. But the Venezuelans were going to own it, but the Americans was waiting. Everybody know that. $700 million US. They said remember they had a private investor? His name is Maduro. He private.
Thank you, caller.
Them workers and them shut down and drop out the union if the union plays fail.
Thank you very much, caller. So Trinidad, all you hear it. All you hear what the caller say. If the union fail on this occasion, cut the union throat. We will represent ourselves. We will fight for ourselves because we know how to fight. We know how to represent. This is nothing new to us. We know how to battle. We are custom battling. And we don't afraid to battle Trinidad and Tobago. Tell them like it is. If they fail on this occasion, We will crush them union. Welcome, caller.
Yes, man. Silver Fox Tobago here.
Yes, Fox, come in.
Yes, man, I'm coming in. I'm coming in strong.
Cocky say come in. Cocky say come in.
You have to tell me come in. You know we going down.
Yeah.
I hope you're telling me come in Friday night to Cocky.
Yes, Friday night too.
All right. Let me say something. Rowley said Tobago is the place to be.
Yeah.
Right? And kill we out here. Because what happened if he didn't do that? He would not get to talk about this jab and vaccination thing in Tobago.
Right.
So he used the EU as a pawn. He pawned we. Right? So when we get to understand that we throw him out for election. Right? We throw him out because of that. Right? He didn't get thrown out just so because of that. Right? And now as he gets thrown out, as Rowley gets thrown out in Tobago, he bring mandatory vaccination in workplace because he's trying to spite Tobagonians.
Yeah.
Right? But what Rowley don't know, he get one throat and he go get the next throat by the 17th or 18th coming up here.
Yes.
Because Tobagonians ready to march.
Yes.
And let me tell him something
Hold on. Don't
Let
hit
me
it
tell
yet. Hold
Rowley
on.
something again. T. Christopher Rowley, our fella, a little fella, is a chief called Fally. Fally is like a Malcolm X. Anything Fally said to Begonians doing.
Yeah.
Rowley, leave the public servant alone in Tobago. Fally go come after you. And if Fally say come out all, we go be outside and you can't come back to Tobago.
Yeah, man.
You can't come back to see your own farm. Rowley, you're doing this as a spite to Tobagonians. And you have a little man, I'm telling you again, called Fally. He is not taking no stupidness from you. Right? He will shut you down and move you out of even Trinidad. Right? We don't need no union, Once Fally said do this, is do that.
Yes, sir.
The people in Tobago respect that young boy. All are we behind that young boy called Fally.
Yeah.
Fally is even more powerful, more than even the Duke.
Right.
So don't get tied up. That boy will take Tobago from little and put you in high places.
Yes, man.
We will be the Dubai of Trinidad and Tobago and the West Indies.
Yes, man.
Right? Tobagonians, we will stand up behind our Fally and we will get rid of Keith Christopher Rowley. We are not taking no vaccine. That is not a vaccine. That is a job that was properly qualified. That is not like measles and yellow fever. That is not that. Them things take 12 and 13 years to make. Right? We are not listening to no Faris Awawi in Tobago.
Right.
We law unto ourselves. Be careful what all you're doing to Tobagonians.
Tell them
Rowley, you are fired. Rowley, we don't want you here. Keith Christopher Rowley, you could take your farm and put it on your back and move with it and swim to Trinidad.
Not Trinidad, down Venezuela, you had to go with that. Not Trinidad.
You could go and meet Maduro.
That is where you had to go.
Rowley, you could have caused World War III when you bring in these Penavesta people into Trinidad. If the Americans didn't know that was a World War III would have started. Because remember Russia, China, Iran, all of them in Venezuela.
Yes.
And if the Americans didn't know that they land in this airport, they would have come for them. They would have come for them. We miss a World War III in this island of Trinidad. Rowley, go. Rowley, please. On my knees begging you to go as a Tobagonian like yourself. You don't have a mother. You're never born from a woman. You're born from Satan. Rowley, go from here, please. Just go. Just go. Ballhead man, just go. Just go. Thank you.
Yes, man.
Thank you, Tobago. Thank you. And that is what we're talking about. That is what we're talking about. I always know the PSA is a union with fortitude, I see what Duke did with the union, the position that Duke took, and the way that Duke defended his people. And I see that they have a man here now, and that Leroy Baptiste man seems as though that he is putting people first. And that is the kind of leaders that we want in this country. Leaders who will put people first. Rowley, Rowley, this is for you, Rowley.
Hello.
Welcome, caller, you're inside.
I don't know this vaccine thing, Mr. Anil Roberts catch Dr. Kid Rowley lying already. Without everything, he said you catch here and there him lying. So I no problem. There's two liars. You catch them lying. They should give up government.
Them fellas lying from day one. From day one,
Yeah.
them fellas lying. Since
Anil
email
Roberts
gate.
catch them. Anil Roberts catch them lying. And without everything on TV tonight, everything but the COVID and the death. They should leave. Thank you.
Beautiful. Rowley, listen to tune, Rowley. Listen to tune.
Oh, you're playing it for him? Ah, good. Yeah.
Gona, girl, leave and gona. You're giving me pressure. Gona, girl, gona. Please leave and gona. Go back by your.
That's a late Rajan Dan Raj, rest in peace.
Yes. Yes, ladies and gentlemen. If the union fail,
Yes.
we must sack the union and get rid of the leaders. Because the union have failed this country too many times before. Too many times before. So it's no game thing now. This is no game thing now. Welcome, caller.
Good night, Koski and Victor again.
Yes, sir.
Good evening, good evening.
And I want to big up the former Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago, the Honorable Kamala Prasad Bisesa. Why? Visionary leadership. You see the Cuba Hospital? Look how important it is. Terence the Terrible did not, because of spite, commission that hospital for children. Any child that dies now because of lack of attention and patient care is pinned directly on Keith Christopher Rowley, Jeff, and Terence Terrible. The vaccine brigade, a.k.a. Pimpinian, and Terence the Terrible, because the wicked.
Caller, hold up. This is not any child. All the deaths that are occurring right now is pinned to the Alsing chest. Everyone.
But from the time I hear the future of the nation, a child die, I just cringe inside because these wicked people. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, of course, of course.
Because I have another issue with that, you know. You know he liked, Terence the Terrible, like photo ops and picture and PR. But I want him to do the same thing. Give the 3,000 deaths of COVID because of him the same regard, the same sympathy, the same care and attention to the next of kin for the 3,000 COVID deaths that will happen by weekend. You understand where I'm coming from? Because you're always going parading and disrupting the vacation. 3,000 this time, you know. And then by the end of the month, February into March, we go get close to 4,000. Let it go ahead. Karma taking them now. I go.
Thank you, caller. Back to the unions. Back to the unions. Let me take this one. Come in, caller. Welcome.
Good night, Mr. Robert.
Yes, sir. Good night. Good night. Welcome.
But, I looking at something, eh? The government ministers and so on. Apparently, there's only about 2 persons alone or 3 persons alone in that government section who took the vaccine, because I can't believe that Rowley took any vaccine and he ain't sick and he look like a sickly man. You understand? I don't he take any vaccine. Right? That's on my mind, right? Because he can be taking vaccine and he's still good. and he taking booster too. And other people who are a little more looking stronger than him and so on, them dying, and he's still alive. Something wrong, something skewed about that. He ain't take no vaccine at all.
Something wrong.
Yeah, right? Yeah. All right. Anyway, long live Nicolas Maduro. Eh? I'm a Maduro fan, so what's the let's put Maduro.
Right, good.
Right.
Union, back to earlier. I have no respect. The man who I have respect for right now is Leroy Baptiste. Because he knows start. Watson Duke had my respect also. But the rest of them, no respect earlier. Or look at defend in this occasion, no respect. Because let me tell you something. Rowley government bring this country down to his knees, lick up, damage, frustrate, punish workers. And what all they did, what all they say, where all they was. Boy, all they give me a break, union leaders, yes? Welcome, caller.
Good afternoon, gentlemen.
Yes, sir. Good day.
Mr. Roberts.
Yes, sir.
I think we should stop blaming Mr. Diyal Singh for not wanting to open the Kuva hospital before or praising him for opening it now. In the scheme of things, Mr. Roberts, Diyal Singh is a small fry. Diyal Singh has no authority whatsoever. All the decisions that are being made by the Prime Minister.
Correct.
So stop blaming the other thing for not wanting to open it. He really have that kind of power. He's a small fry in the scheme of things. So go easy on him now, please.
We go try.
Caller, we go try. We go try, caller. Thank you. We go try. Caller, oh gosh, I want to go easy on him. But caller, when I see how the man does come and talk, and when I see how the man does speak so much on truth, I can't go easy on him, caller. My heart does hurt me when I see what happening in this country in the health sector. Welcome, caller, you're inside.
Mr. Victor Roberts.
Yes, sir, good night.
And to Mr. Koki, a blessed night to you and to the listener.
Yes, sir.
No one listener, when I was listening, you see the fellow who talk about the union and all the members to drop out, I respect that gentleman. Because that could have opened bank, cooperative for their workers. They leave in them to stop up for 2 years. You see, who is where the box stop? At who the box stop, Mr. Robert?
Yes.
Who the box stop at? Not the Attorney General, not Mr. Diyal Singh, but they using race there. The box stop with the Prime Minister.
Right.
So when they go up and they stand up on the Tony, you see what the Indian doing to the Africans? Yeah. They're pushing that head. Or you can read this up to now. You're asking the 309,000 Indians to come out. But the 309 Indians come out and they vote against the PNM government because they see what they was getting. They see that the country from babies to elderly was happy. You know, when an African says something, word to word, any other race, the first person that's born, that race is the racial. We have to come together. We must come together.
Yes.
The grassroots people must come together. When we go to eat and drink, you see when election coming, I never noticed that. And one day I sit down and partner, I say, boy, what you them to line with me? One come, the two line with them Indian for. I was shocked at that. Real shocked, and I hate it. I hate racism. It's not nice to. Have a blessed and wonderful day.
Thank you, caller. Thank you, caller. And caller, let me tell you this. Oh Lord, let me take this one.
Yes.
The place get hot. The place get hot. The union leaders. Huh? Welcome, caller.
Good afternoon, Mr. Robert.
Yes, sir.
You see all this failure talk. You cannot tell me you're working for 13 salary, but you have a union. You is a member of a union. You pay union dues, but you get 13 salary.
Failure.
The government doing workers where they work.
Yes, sir.
The union ain't standing up a day for nobody, but you is a member of a union. This is I hope that's like them PNM people, these same stupid people. And when Rowley said the people of Trinidad and Tobago are stupid, I have to support him. It's truth. They're laughing at black people like me and you.
Well said.
You know what I see the first thing we should do before we shut down the country? Every worker go to work tomorrow, go to the pay clerk and say, listen, stop taking off my union. So one time, I'm done with union.
Yeah.
Because you can't tell me 2013 salary you getting and you in a union.
Yeah.
Something wrong with you. Something wrong with you. What, you have no ambition?
Yes, Kola.
You had no ambition. What's wrong with these people? Come on, man. Don't get serious, man. You see this thing, man, who this man come and talk for? You know he's up here, you know that the thing a small fry, you know, he's a small brain, small minded. He enjoy kind of the dictates of the despot. The despot that he's serving, the vile despot that he's serving. He enjoys it. He enjoys it.
He do it with a passion. He laughs.
A passion.
Yeah.
Yeah. I hear he's trying to slim down to fit in the boxing game. I think he wants to use it. I think he wants to use it this week.
Oh gosh. Alright, Kola, thanks. And I agree. No respect for them union leaders. I say it without fear and without favors. Because the union failed this country. Under Kamla Prasad Bisesa, the union kick up a storm. There was a storm. They come from over the northern range and there was fire and turning up everything upside down. Keith Rowley doing what he want in this country and they're like a bunch of babies. Apparently like they get a baby butter with cereal so they only sucking on that nipple and the workers suffer in this country. How today all the frontlines workers cannot get a month's salary. Look. Welcome, Kola. Come in. Welcome, Kola.
Good night, Victor.
Yes, sir.
Don't
Good night.
get too bitter. Don't get too angry. We'll deal with patience, with love, care, and concern. Because all of union leaders, they all supported the administration for their own financial and personal gain. And we, the people, are feeling the effects of it. How could you do that? And now look at them. They're begging. Because if they do get financial gains, they will shut down and stay quiet and lay this man and his team take advantage of our poor people. I want you to know. And everybody, I'm not going to stand by and see them. Tell them they have a serious and bitter battle on their hand. And we will defeat them. We will. It will take time, be patient, eat little, live long. Hold their money in case of emergency. Because they have a great challenge against them. We must stand up. Do you want me alone to stand up and fight? If you love me, if you love our country, if you love our people and our country, stand up. Make your country whatever fashion or form, and we'll defeat them. You can't do that to my people and my country. It's hurting. It's very painful when you hear the kind of death that is taken. We're ready for war, and we're going to fight a serious and bitter battle. Tell them if they can't defend themselves, accept defeat. Thank you.
Thank you, Kola. And Kola, I was saying if the union serious, when Alwari called for talks, the first thing the union supposed to tell Alwari is no talk until we frontline worker get 1 month free, tax-free salary. No talk until those who take the vaccine and have any problems that they will be compensated. I thought that is the first thing that the union would attack. We want 1 month compensationary salary, tax-free for all our frontline workers. All. You want to talk? Give them a month's salary, tax-free, and then let me talk. Anybody who take the job and complication arise in the life that they must be compensated. If union serious, This is what union supposed to be talking. This is what union supposed to be fighting for. Mekola say 2013 salary that they're still receiving, and we talking about union and Jews. Boy, union, all you go in the pit of fire, boy. Fire will burn all you too. Fire burn all you too. All you mouth for Kamla Posad Bisasa, and there's no man who has beat woman. And no man who has beat woman, you know. They have mouth for woman, but no a man there, and the man bullying them, the man beating them, the man everything them, and they have no mouth. They taking it smooth. Union, get out the tongue. Come in, caller.
Hello.
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 Good night.
Hello.
Welcome.
Good night.
Yes.
Welcome. Calling on behalf of the union. Get them out.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Get them out.
All right.
No performance. No performance.
Ma'am, I would have expect that the frontline workers who put their life on the line would have get some kind of compensation. I hear the union saying nothing.
Nothing. Put them out. Performance be told talk.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you very much.
Yes, thanks for calling.
We had to go for the break. And we will come back.
Wow.
But union, pack up and get out of Babylon for misconduct. Get out.
Right out.
Run them out. Crazy ballheads out of town.
My parents' generation grew up with Royal Castle. From the first restaurant in 1968, when that distinctive, tempting aroma hit the air, they just couldn't resist. And like never before, fried chicken with a special blend of local seasonings and a one-of-a-kind flavor down to the bone. Today, Royal Castle still have that same delicious taste, and I love it too. The kids can't resist it either. Plus, they have more to enjoy. For me, the castle is more than just nice food. It's we own, part of me and you, and is the real flavor of TNT.
Le Grand Coulon Spa Resort at Stonehaven Bay, Blackrock. Bed and breakfast rates available. To book, call 283-2597 or 463-2946. Le Grand Coulon Spa Resort at Stonehaven Bay, Blackrock.
Come to the Waves Restaurant and Bar, Grafton Beach, Blackrock, Tobago. Great ambience, fantastic prices, all COVID protocols observed. Full premium bar available. Call Waves at 731-4646 to make your reservation. Come dine with the Waves Restaurant and Bar, Grafton Beach, Blackrock, Tobago. You must be vaccinated to dine in.
Island Hobbies, Ryson Road, Port of Spain has the largest variety of toys in the Caribbean and South America. No one can beat our prices. If you see it cheaper anywhere else, prove it and we will beat it. We're open every day till late, Sunday to Sunday, even on Christmas Eve till 11 p.m. Island Hobbies, Ryson Road, Port of Spain. Even Santa buys toys from us.
Toys.
What goes in is a local something that makes it all taste better. It's the flavor of our culture. Come from here, come from there, and everywhere. It's the special flavor that's made us savor at the Royal Castle. Down the Royal Castle. Royal Castle. Flavor to the bone. Royal Castle. Taste the very own. Royal Castle is the local something that makes it all taste better. Taste the unique flavor of our culture at Royal Castle.
Spirit of the sovereign Lord, come and make your presence known, reveal the glory of the living God.
This is Prophetess Alicia Design Pramsuk with Ruach, Fire for the Nations Pentecostal Church. And I'm going to be on U97.5 FM Hot Like Pepper multicultural radio station from 6 a.m. to 8 a.m. every Saturday morning. This is where you can catch the fire. The word of God declares that Jesus said, these signs shall follow them that believe. Signs and wonders and miracles. If you need deliverance, then you need to tune in to this radio station on Saturday morning, where the fire of God will be falling and the glory of God will be manifesting. I want to see you there, and I will see you there with the glory of God. See you there.
Let the rain of your glory fall.
douglAR Radio is now on U97.5 FM Hot Like Pepper Multicultural Radio.
It's time to make your community better than before. Join yours truly, Kieran Joseph Samaru, on Your Community. We'll be discussing the important issues with the important people in the place most important to you, your community. Join us every Tuesday at 9 p.m. right here on MCTV as we know and make your community better than before. What goes in is a local something that makes it all taste better. It's the flavor of our culture. Come from here, come from there, and everywhere. It's the special flavor that's made us savor at the Royal Castle. Welcome the Royal Castle. Royal Castle. Flavor to the bone. Royal Castle. Taste the very own. Royal Castle is the local something that makes it all taste better. Taste the unique flavor of our culture at Royal Castle.
douglAR Radio is now on U97.5 FM Hot Like Pepper Multicultural Radio, Monday to Friday, 6:15 p.m. to 9 p.m. with Anil Roberts, bringing you the facts on politics and up-to-date information. Also taking your calls on 218-7762. douglAR Radio on U97.5 FM Hot Like Pepper Multicultural Radio, 6:15 p.m. to 9 p.m. Monday to Friday.
Get ready for the revolution.
Marsha Walker. Join me on U97.5 Hot Like Pepper and douglAR Radio every Friday for Fire Friday. Every Friday when we, the UNC women, bring the heat.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Welcome back. Take this one time. Welcome, Gola.
Good night.
Good night, sir.
Everybody talking this revolution. A revolution, this turn over everything in its way, you know.
Mm-hmm.
A revolution is bloodshed, you know. No, no peaceful revolution. All them battles you see and all them protests you see in other countries, you see what happening?
Mm-hmm.
Blood. And if they don't intend to be part of that, stay home in all your bed and stop shouting this revolution. Because when a revolution starts, a revolution is, you know.
Mm-hmm.
In a revolution of justice, you know. Justice for the people, you know. So where anybody made the error, they will be dealt with around the table when you hear the time come, you know. Goes for all the policemen and soldiers in this country, you know. You see this thing that they running and thinking. A revolution is justice, you know. Equal rights and justice, you know. By any means necessary, you know. So if they don't know what they're talking about, hush them mouth until and prepare themselves for when that time come. I not going and follow no peaceful march down the street and the police throw tear gas and shoot me down, you know. Careful, take care, take all the time.
Thank you, caller.
So what are you trying to say?
Welcome.
Hello?
Mr. Victor Robert.
Yes, sir.
A blessed night again to,
yes, sir.
To that gentleman. It has spiritual revolution and materialistic revolution.
Right.
We are fighting for the people who are suffering. We, the government, has chosen a prime minister to do the good for the people of the country. Spend the taxpayers' money with intelligence. You see, Mr. Victor Robert, the problem is, you see, the Hindus cannot burn the dead, that is just to divide us. The Baptists and the Hindus just use the river for all function, every function. And they're dividing us again. We, the people, have to open our eyes and see these things. It's good for them Indian, they can't bond it. But you know why the Indians have bonded it, Mr. Roberts? For the 5 elements to be purified to go back into nature. And when you do that, you pray that this body come back 10 times better than what it went. So we have to understand, we are one flesh, many colors, many languages, but one God. You all have a blessed and wonderful night to one and all.
Thank you, Kola. So, ladies and gentlemen, only hear it and hear it good. If the unions fail on this occasion, we must fire the union. We must fire them. All the mouth they had in 2010 and 15, it seems as though that cat swallow the tongue now. Cat swallow the tongue. They can't stand up. They get a blow from rowdy government, and that blow still had them docile. Welcome, caller.
Just one more thing, Victor.
Lower your radio, please. Your volume on the radio.
And the pain is there. How could you watch and see my people are dying? Remember when the oil spill in the southwest peninsula? You know much people just suffered.
Load on your radio. Load on your radio a little bit.
The union do to help assist in the cleanup of what is the back and the back out. They are also a conspiracy, and now they cannot get the financial gain they want from the government. So we better not get the money. They will shut up. Please don't do my people that. It's painful. It's very hurting to see our people are dying. It's very painful and hurtful. But I could say no more. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, caller. Yes, man. Yes, man. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to rumble. Let's get ready to battle. Let's get ready, ladies and gentlemen, to defend. Let's get ready, ladies and gentlemen, to stand up. Welcome, caller. Call again. Let's get ready to do what we have to do to ensure, ladies and gentlemen, that this country prevail. Welcome, caller.
Good afternoon, Mr. Roberts again.
Yes, sir.
I totally disagree with you. No more chance for the union, sir. From tomorrow, everybody start to withdraw membership. From tomorrow, let the union work back for the membership. Let the union fight and beg the membership to come back. Let the union explain to workers why they're getting 2013 salary in 2022.
Right.
Don't give them no chance. Give them chance to sell out further. No. Every day is a dollar loss. Every day is a dollar in their pocket. Tomorrow morning, every right-thinking citizen who in a union, paying a union, get a union regardless of who they are, and let they go and fight to get you back. That is what them have to do. We cannot give them no chance. Them is woman beaters.
So let them work for the money.
Hell with them.
Thank you, caller. Thank you. Welcome. You're on the inside.
Good night, Mr.
Yes, sir.
Hunt.
Good night.
Good night. Listen, I want to tell the folks on the red side, right? Careful of what are allowing with the Prime Minister, because listen, Dr. Rowley is a dangerous man. You know. When I say dangerous, the fact that he's not going back makes him a dangerous man. So therefore, anything goes.
Caller, you really feel Rowley not going back? You really feel so?
No, listen, but physically, he not up to it. That's number one. And he always said that he makes it so but he didn't want to save people. But what I'm saying, the point I'm trying to make is this. If they ain't careful, he would take them on a road where he ain't got no coming back.
Well, I think we're almost there already, you know, caller.
I just say.
Caller, we almost there. We a matter of fact, we on that road already. We are almost at the point of no return, and that is why 2025 going to be too late. That is why we cannot wait until 2025. That is why we need an election now. Welcome, caller.
You see the fear and the doubts of the revolutionary already? You see the fear and the doubts of the revolutionary would carry me down the road with him, and later he shell me out. You see where the cock go 3 times and I get sell out and he deny me? I came to you and you deny, you refuse me not. You see it already?
What has happened? Go ahead, caller. Go ahead.
You know what, man? I not going down them road. You see where the man talk about careful? If you see what I'm saying? If he fighting, stay out the way. Stay out the way. Let positive people come out front and take this country. Don't sit down and ball. If you call you careful, women taking the front line and big man heart stones man want to run. Thank you.
Thank you, caller. This, caller, is a battle for those with a good heart. The faint-hearted will not be able to stand against this administration, because this administration will stop at nothing. They will use any and every element to suppress the people, to suppress your constitutional right, to suppress your democracy, to suppress you into surrendering to their will. And that is why I'm saying that we have to stand and stand strong. And we are in the majority. They are in the minority. And once we unite as a people, there is nothing that we would not be able to achieve. But we need to stand together, and we need to stand strong under the largest fraction in this society, the fraction that have over 300,000 people supporting it. In order to be victorious, and when we stand with the UNC to be victorious in this battle, we must also stand to ensure that the UNC follow law and order, uphold the Constitution, uphold our democratic rights, and hold every single one of us to account. This is what democracy is all about. It is not I stand with you, and when I don't stand with you, I leave you to do what you want. Every government going forward must be accountable to the people of Trinidad and Tobago. I make no qualms about that. Every government must be account to us, must operate transparent, must operate with integrity, must operate with equity. That is what it must be going forward. It cannot be same old, same old. We cannot remove the PNM because they have demonstrated that they do not care about law and order and do not care about the people of this country, and then allow any other government to come into office and do the same thing that they are doing. It cannot stand, it must not stand, and we must be the deciding factor. We must be the one to hold any government account, to deliver to the people, to understand that the resources of this country is not for friends and family, but it is for the citizenry. That is what we will do. That is how it will be. Welcome, caller.
Mr. Victor Robert.
Yes, sir.
In 2010, and you went up for election in Library?
No, sir.
Who went up there?
In 2010, who went up for who?
For the UNC.
It was the partnership. That was Kiza, the OWTU man.
But you follow it, right?
I went up in
2015. What was the result between 2015 and 2010? Wasn't the same result almost?
For the UNC, it was the same identical exact result.
So you see the cheating in it? UNC never lost the election. But the people, it's alleged that the people in the boundaries, they has done, when they say 1 more hour, what the judge said, they're wrong to call it 1 more hour. After that, what happened? Everything in this country is corruption, and the people accepting it. We all, when we don't stand up, we accept corruption as a way of life for us, you know.
Of course.
And when, you see, Miss Jolene John, David, in Tunapuna, he never lost. But the people in Bong who checking these things is not honest people. They are very evil. You see, all the evil they turn against Mrs. Kamala Prasad Bisesa, and what a silent shit, it's reversing back to them. That's why there's so much sickness in this world. Have a blessed and wonderful night.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, today in our society, today as we speak, we are at a junction where we, the citizens, must be the determined factor in relation to the way forward. We must stand as we never stand before. We must demand. We must demand. This is the turning point. This is the point where this country must show what it's really made of. We must show the metal, if we have any. We must show the metal, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome, caller, you inside?
Yeah, Robbie, once again here.
Yeah?
And all are we united as to find out way to tell the government and these people in charge that is we paying their salary.
Yes,
they're
sir.
working for we.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? We had to find that collective voice to make that statement clearly and in the right way.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
yes,
man.
sir. Blessings. Yes, sir. We now must show the metal. We must grow fortitude. Our little pebble must go into boulders, big boulders, to prepare the way forward for our children and grandchildren. This is our responsibility. We have seen disgrace in every quarter of governments. Governance in every area. We have seen disgrace. Welcome, caller.
Yeah, welcome to you and good night to you.
Yes, sir, good night.
The studio there, and good night to Trinidad and Tobago. Now, what I'm saying is that, my friend there, Victor, I would like to ask you, you're speaking about the UNC. I would like to know about the mobilization of the 19 constituencies of the UNC in relation to where we are in the political scenario in Trinidad and Tobago. If we are serious about removing the government of Trinidad and Tobago by legal means, mobilization is the key to that.
Caller, hold up. 1 minute. I want to ask you a favor.
Yeah.
I want you to repeat what you just said it for me.
Well, I tell you again, until Trinidad to be mobilization of the 19 constituencies that the UNC have under the control is indicative to the development of Trinidad and Tobago at this present time.
Thank you, caller. Well said, caller. Well said.
Vic, I asked you one question already. Ask this nation what is to be done. You understand?
Yes.
Because there was a time when the Imam did what he did. Did it halfway. You understand what I'm telling you? And we don't want to go that way. We want to do this under the rule of law.
Law and order, correct.
Right. So if we're going to do that, that lady who is leading the UNC should understand how important it is that the 19 constituencies of the United National Congress be mobilized for the short haul and not the long haul. We cannot continue that. I am not willing to wait 5 years. I could wait 20 years.
Right.
But we are in a position now that there's great discontent. There's economic problem. We have a war, that we have a virus that is fighting. It's a sniper. We don't know where that sniper coming from.
Right.
We have economic, social, constitutional problem. We have infrastructural problem. We have problem to feed this nation. And the party that you represent, they must be mobilized. They cannot just study. How many of them have sent relevant freedom of information documents to the government seeking that they would like information regarding what is happening at the Integrity Commission? There must be people within the party that pull out documents. And every case that is in Trinidad and Tobago, you must have constituents of all the various constituencies sending in forms from the FOI 8 for that, the Freedom of Information Act. So when, after the government change those things and keep copies of it, so when a new government come in power, you could do that. You could find out and say, well, could we send in what is happening?
Yes.
You understand me?
Yes, caller.
So I'm expecting you to proceed forward, ask that lady to do what she has to mobilize the constituencies.
So I am, as you finish, I will give you some answers. Don't worry.
Right, and another thing too. Does the UNC anticipate any changes in the amount of electoral seats they will have in Trinidad and Tobago if an election is called later and not sooner? Have a good night to Trinidad and Tobago and to you.
Right. Thank you very much, caller. Very, very, very articulate questions, so I'll give you some answers. So I will tell you what I know because I deal with facts and not fiction. Right. Firstly, there is a mass mobilization that is taking place as a result of instructions by the Honorable Leader of the Opposition, Kamla Prasad Bisesa. That is being done behind the scene as we speak. Secondly, there is a number of information in terms of a number of requests that has been made through the Freedom of Information Act in order to ascertain information in a number and surrounding a number of activities in relation to the government. And that is why the opposition is able to give certain information on these press conferences as a result as to how the information come in. I also want to say at the same time, there is some documentation that is almost impossible to get because they keep dancing, and giving you minimum information on plenty of the requests that is before that commission at this time. But I am certain that the opposition leader will do what has to be done to ensure that every piece of information that the opposition require is forthcoming, and therefore that information will be revealed to the public as time goes on. Okay, caller? Welcome, caller, you're inside.
Victor, do get better, do get all in the countries listening. They was going to launch a missile in our country. I'm not afraid to go, you know, and launch a missile and destroy all of us. Because all of them, because of their political affiliation, they didn't think about people, they think about party. So I'm ready to go.
All right, caller, thank you. And that's the position, caller. So, of course, the opposition is doing what needs to be done. Yes. However, it is my call. It is my job to stimulate the supporters on the ground.
Yes.
Put on all your boots.
Yes.
And pull the lace.
Yes.
I don't care if you're in all your pajama, and I don't care who in the negligee. Put on your boots and be prepared for battle.
Yes.
Welcome, caller, you're inside.
Good evening, sir.
Yes, sir, good day.
How are you today?
Fine.
All the best for the new year, my brother.
Same to you.
Now, you now concretize my point there. I heard a man call and talk about a coup. and here we tell you, Samla should organize population on 19 seats. But if this program is not political and it's not a UNC, how come you're calling for 19 seats? So therefore, I have to say, you are political, sir. Toting your cough and everything is political. Is the UNC. Good night and all the best for the new year, my brother.
Same to you, sir. So let me help you, caller. Let me help you. I am a member of the UNC. I say it once, I say it twice, I go say it 1,000 times. I am UNC and proud.
Yes.
1 million times I will say it.
Yes.
And everything in this country is political.
Yes.
I don't care who want to fool themselves. When you go in the church and they have to select a leader, they select a leader because they campaign quietly. And they say this brother is better than that one, and that one is better than that one. So all who want to fool themselves and feel that this country is running by some kind of storybook is a matter for you. I am a member of the UNC, and I am calling for any government in power, including the UNC, they must be transparent, they must be held accountable, and they must deliver to the people. That is my possession. That is my position, sorry. So take that, caller, understand it, and you will know where we going. Welcome, caller, you're inside.
Yes, it's Silver Fox here again.
Yes, Fox. Yes, Fox.
What I realize, the PNM start to get frightened.
They must get frightened.
They start to get afraid. In Tobago, we said they're frightened. They start to get frightened. So they're calling and saying all kind of manner evil now.
Yes.
But I'm telling Trinidad something now. You either stand for something or die with nothing.
Tell them again, Fox. Tell them again.
Trinidad and Tobago is either you stand for something or die for nothing.
Yes, sir.
Right? We are the government. Not those fellas, we employ them for our business and they're running our business bad. It's time to throw them out.
Yes, sir.
It's time for election to call and call now. We want it right now. All other jokers that call in and saying a pack of stupidness, all you are jokers. And we are not in for no joke right now.
Yes, sir.
We have to come together and show that we know what we are doing, we know what we stand for, and we know where we're going, and that is the right place when you know where you're going.
Yes, sir.
We are not looking for a pathway, we know where we're going.
Right.
We want good governance in Trinidad and Tobago.
Yes, yes.
All of them who call in and talking about Camilla and talking about it, they are hungry. It's a hungry bunch of people talking. They're hungry. They're starving. And they don't know what to say. When they don't know what to say, don't call this program. This program is for seriousness.
Yes, sir.
Right? This is serious thing going through the air right now.
Yes.
Right? This is naturalness is going through the air. And you have to listen carefully and you will hear. Thank you.
Thank you, caller.
Fox, man.
And Corky has suspended all calls for 10 minutes.
All right.
I ain't taking no calls for 10 minutes.
Let me take off the line here.
No call for 10 minutes, caller. After 10 minutes, I'll go open back the line.
Right.
No call for 10 minutes.
Right.
Let me deal with some of them. Corky,
Yes, sir.
some of them call me Indian lover.
What?
Some of them call me house nigger. And you know why they call me that? I'm going to tell you why. They call me so cocky because I am leading the African man out of PNM bondage. I am leading the African man out of PNM bondage.
Yes, yes.
Cocky, let me tell you something. They could call me them names, you know why? Because every piece of information that I bring to the public domain is facts.
Right.
I give them facts. I give them facts. And I give them more facts. I want to lead my African brothers and sisters out of the bondage of Down's syndrome.
Yes.
And why I call it Down's syndrome is once you have a government that will leave over 75 schools abandoned in this country is because that government want to keep my people in a Down's syndrome. I want to move my black African brothers out of the Shanti syndromes. The Shanti syndrome. When you look at all the PNM constituencies where my black African brother live, they come as though they're living on top of one another. It's shack here, shack there, shack there. It look like they shakalak. It's only shack all about the place.
Boom,
and when they do put up a housing scheme somewhere, they put it in the marginal constituencies. And then they move people from one constituency and put them to live in that house in order for the voter pad. They will never put up a housing scheme in the Beatum and put their own Beatum supporters inside of it. They will not put up one in Lavanti and remove the shack on them and put African brothers to live in a decent house. They wouldn't do that. They keep them in that kind of shakalak bondage and are waking up the people so that they could see that if you have supported a government from since 1956 and they still leave you to live under that condition, when you come down by me in Labre Koki and you see where my black brothers and sisters living and they support PNM for over 40 years, you will understand that the PNM really don't care about the African man. So all of them who feel as a house nigger, you could feel what you want. All who feel as an Indian lover, you could feel that too.
Yes.
But I want to tell you that Victor Roberts will continue to lead my black brothers and sisters out of PNM bondage.
Yes.
We're not going to take any more of that.
Right.
When you watch those MPs from those areas, they're not even living amongst the people.
Yeah.
You could believe that? The people who represent all you, not even living amongst all you. All you don't understand why? All you need rocket science to tell all you why Macashe not living in Labre, why Hines not living in Lavanti, why Scotland not living in Beetham. What do you want again, boy? All you don't understand that they consider all you to be living in a low class area. All you don't understand that they consider all you to be those that depend on handout. Why you think they lick up the employment sector? Why you think they bring you to your knees? It's because they want to have you in PNM bondage. My job is to wake you up. My job is to stimulate you. My job is to open your eye. My job is to move the scale from over your eye so you could see the PNM for what they really is in this country. The PNM don't care about you. The PNM are you down in the beatum. Look up long. I see you line. Weeks upon weeks, all you begging. I hear on the ground report yesterday or the day before. My good friend from the beatum speaking about the water mixing with sewer water. And it could bring serious cholera down in the area. But guess what? Them callers and them texters, them living in nice places and they're getting a salary to text and to call. I listen to them PNM radio station. Do you think they're telling all you anything to move all you out of that bondage? No. Them glad when they have all you because them and all getting paid to propagate sewer, talk, to propagate sewer talk in all your brain. But when all you come here and when all you come on douglAR politics and when all you come on facts and not fiction, all you're getting real talk, all you're getting an eye opener, all you're getting things that will be able to help all you to see. And when all you get it, we not here to brainwash all you. We put in it there so all you could sit down and dissect it and analyze it and see what makes sense. And if it makes sense, then we expect you to move forward and come out of the PNM bondage and look for living in this country where you can make yourself something in this society. When you look at all of those CPEP workers and URP workers, all you're glad, and I glad all you have a job. But when all you go to the grocery with that pay, by the time all you walk down the first part of the aisle in the grocery, all your money done. All you can't buy food with that little stupid money that they gain all you. And then the government making all you feel that all you important, all you have a job. What job all you have? All you can't pay all your bill. All you can't buy food. And all you can't send all your children to school out of that money. That is how they treat all you. That is where they keep we. They keep we under that PNM bondage. And I am saying we have to wake up. And I am saying I don't care if and when the time reach. I don't care nothing whatsoever about any MP who will treat the constituents as how these PNM MPs treating earlier. I telling you, inside the UNC, you can't get that kind of treatment. And you can't get that treatment once again if Victor Roberts there. The MPs in the UNC have to deliver, must deliver. This is no baiting, All who feel they are a joke, all they better pack up and look for a laughing bag and pull the string. This is life and this is livelihood. And we will stand to ensure that those who we put to represent us deliver or pack your Georgie bundle and go your merry way. Yes. Let me open the lines.
218-7762. That's 218-7762. Call us now.
So, caller, yes, it's a political program. And yes, I'm a UNC. But the difference with me and you, caller, is that I could stand for what is right. And I urge you, caller, stand for what is right. Don't let PNM Balize juice blind you that you can't see what is right. We have to see what is right and we have to stand for what is right. Welcome, caller, inside.
Good afternoon, Mr. Roberts.
Good day, sir.
Corky. Yes, good evening.
Good evening,
Now,
good evening.
I don't know if you're here, Mr. Roberts. The Minister of Health said in the news that the doctors from Arima, listen carefully what he said, the doctors from Arima told him that, so he take himself out clean, that people are taking ivermectin home and dying. Now the doctor tell him that, he didn't put himself in that. Now with that 3 doctors around there where they're talking, plus a druggist, and they're saying nothing. But we, somebody who in the media could go up in the casualty in Arima and find out. I don't want all the doctor's name, but I want to know who is the doctor that tell Dial Singh that the people died with ivermectin, because I know this, our colleague in our station in the morning said this thing saving people's life. Look at in India.
Right.
So they're trying to lie.
Correct.
And but I tell you, he done put it up there already. Doctors tell him that he know nothing about that. So you can't sue him or anything. Yeah. And the girl will ask him a question about the ivermectin. He say can about the people with the boat now.
Yeah.
With Schoon's son. I understand they raid the house today. Around 11:30, I think they raid his house, and they say by Friday the investigation will finish. So a journalist asked him the thing about it. He said it in front of the court. I know there's an investigation going on. Do you know, Mr. Robert, if it's in front of the court? This man really smart, boy. And I want to ask these people that I'm in the union, are you really still following Roger, boy? Look what a man do with all you in Petrotrin, all you following here and Michael, and he said still, they say the longer somebody stay in power, is the more corrupt, and them fellas stay too long, and all your union people get rid of them. Have a nice night, sir.
Thank you, caller. I think we have to go for a break now. Let me go for a break and then we go open up the lines. So hold on the calls, we're going for a break and we will be right back.
The douglAR is well rested. Family is healthy and safe. Christmas was quiet and New Year was rung in with reflection, thought, compassion, and worry for our beloved country. The douglAR has relaxed for the first time in 5 years. But the douglAR is now energized. He's ready. And douglAR politics begins its restart for 2022. Wednesday, tomorrow, Coffee and Doubles returns. Monday, douglAR Radio, 6:15 p.m., U97.5 FM. The douglAR will be on. And Wednesday night, next week, Wednesday, 7:30 p.m. douglAR Politics live. Rowley, oh Lord, I had to try my best to stay quiet. Oh God, Al-Rawi, wait, I want to know where the loophole, boy. I'm calling you. I want to know where the loophole to learn to put on makeup like you, mascara, wearing tight pants,
Dunce Clong AG, PNM, all you gonna, you're gone from Tobago, go from Trinidad, leave we in peace. The douglAR is back, douglAR politics, we coming back strong.
This is douglAR politics, yeah, oh, douglAR politics. This is douglAR politics.
Anil is zero race talk, zero idiotic talk. I deal with facts and information.
8 a.m. to 6:30 p.m. When you think about fresh produce and good quality food, come to Fresh Street Market, your neighborhood supermarket.
Number 3 Andrew Lane, corner Churchill Roosevelt Highway and Andrew Lane, Derby, Mausica. Island Hobbies, Ryson Road, Port of Spain, has the largest variety of toys in the Caribbean and South America. No one can beat our prices. If you see it cheaper anywhere else, prove it and we will beat it. We're open every day till late, Sunday to Sunday, even on Christmas Eve till 11 p.m. Island Hobbies, Ryson Road, Port of Spain. Even Santa buys toys from us.
Toys.
Spirit of the sovereign Lord, come and make your presence known, reveal the glory of the living God.
This is Prophetess Alicia Design Pramsuk with Ruach, Fire for the Nations Pentecostal Church. And I'm going to be on U97.5 FM, Hot Like Pepper multicultural radio station from 6 a.m. to 8 a.m. every Saturday morning. This is where you can catch the fire. The Word of God declares that Jesus said, "These signs shall follow them that believe." Signs and wonders and miracles. If you need deliverance, then you need to tune in to this radio station on Saturday morning where the fire of God will be falling and the glory of God will be manifesting. I want to see you there, and I will see you there with the glory of God. See you there.
Let the rain of your glory fall.
What goes in is a local something that makes it all taste better. It's the flavor of our culture. Come from here, come from there, and everywhere. It's the special flavor that's made us savor at the Royal Castle. Welcome the Royal Castle. Royal Castle. Flavor to the bone. Royal Castle. Taste the very own. Royal Castle is the local something that makes it all taste better. Taste the unique flavor of our culture at Royal Castle.
douglAR Radio is now on U97.5 FM Hot Like Pepper Multicultural Radio, Monday to Friday, 6:15 p.m. to 9 p.m. with Anil Roberts, bringing you the facts on politics and up-to-date information. Also taking your calls on 218-7762. douglAR Radio on U97.5 FM Hot Like Pepper Multicultural Radio, 6:15 p.m. to 9 p.m. Monday to Friday.
Get ready for the revolution. Come on, what you say now?
Sponsored by Royal Castle.
Mr. Big Man wants to be richer, while the poor man slave and suffer, but that can't work. To be poor is a crime. Man, I feel know that in this your time. Oh, yeah, man, please. What if they treat is hard? Poor people fed up. Well done, Mr. Politician Man. You done a wonderful job at your done the country demolition, man. Civily Bank, well done.
Welcome back. So we open the lines.
Yes, 218-7762.
Who in the inside? Welcome, caller, inside.
Well, Victor, our alert already. How the country and the people is alert too. Tell Anil regime, who was the mastermind and the conspirator behind the oil spill in the Southwest Peninsula, he had to answer that if you want support, because it seems all evidence is against him and all those who sign around them with the memorandum of understanding. They were only seeking at their own beneficial gains, and they deny and turn the back and cause pressure on the people.
Thank you, caller. Thank you. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, so we open the lines again.
218-7762.
Yes, I am saying that today is the day.
Yes, let's hear from you.
We have to prepare ourselves because there's a day in the horizon which is coming very, very, very soon.
Yes.
I know my callers waiting.
I can feel it.
They want that day. They want the dates. But don't worry, callers. It's coming. It's coming. It's coming. It's coming. I could feel it coming. And we will do what we have to do. We must take that initiative and prepare and set the future for the generation to come. Welcome, caller, inside.
Good night, comrade Robert and Corky.
Yes, sir.
Good evening.
Is negotiation time come around?
Yeah.
Me coming out on protest and me coming out to walk no road. What I get, this is what's going on right now. But what I want to ask about area, PNM is going without any sin, and they're doing all the right thing. But he looked like the one who catch the black brothers and sisters in Africa and sell them to the white man to work them on the plantation for enrichment. And check the history. Tell them this caller trace the call. Because he take the black brothers, put them in chain, sell them for the white man to work them on the plantation. And the white man, who really benefit? The white man. And what the black brothers get? Nothing. So that fella, they must know that today, Nigeria and Rowley is the same method of running. Because they take out everything and the wealth. And Shell run away with the bulk of money again from the dragon field. But anyway, tell the whole thing that it has nice information from Augustus Long. You see the young man they killed and they deprived him with the medicine? We have the evidence. So I waited for him on a nice forum. Have a nice day.
Thank you, caller. You see, caller, you had to realize that Barataria addicted to this program. He can't help himself, he had to call this program. But you see, I have no fear. I could deal with them as they come, as they go. I could deal with them because you see, one thing about facts, facts are no lie in it, so you don't have to worry. Welcome, caller, inside.
Yeah, good night again, my brother.
Yes, sir,
you
good night.
rock and roll, brother. You see that 10 minutes you're taking there?
Yeah.
You rock and roll. You're doing good. What are you? What telling you doing good? What were you coming the right time in the nation, brother?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, what were you have? But what I'm saying to you is to give them hard. The people of Laventille and all the PNM constituencies. You understand? The philosophy, there's a German word that Hitler used to do called Welt and Schugun. It means ideology.
Yeah.
Vote the blacks, that's what he means. Hitler used it and Williams come 5 years after World War II and used the same thing.
Yeah, yeah.
But this time is to make the PNM into Manio.
Yeah.
You understand? When you finish with that party, right, it must be Manio to plant good food to feed this nation. So you stay blessed, continue your work, and rock and roll, brother.
Thank you, caller. You see, caller, the facts can't change. The facts cannot change. Welcome, caller, inside.
That call, the caller before this one. We get information. We go down that road and about we enslave African and we snatch African and chain them and sell them to the white man. Tell them go down that road now, man, with winner, man. Tell them apologize now, man.
All right, caller.
Hello?
Welcome, you're inside.
Good night, sir, Mr. Robert.
Yes, sir.
Aye.
I just want to add on something to you. When the last telling he was on and he wasn't taking no call, right?
Yeah, no problem.
You made a statement saying that people say that you're an Indian lover.
Yep.
Right. I just want to add something to that, and I want you to put it back out for them. Keith Christopher, the Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago, is a black man. And if he like Indian, why you shouldn't like Indian? Because all the people around he is Indian. He's a black man and he don't like black people.
Yes, sir. Correct. Correct.
Right? That's my contribution.
Correct. Thank you, Kola. And Kola, the facts is there, and that is what they can't take. They can't tie up Victor Roberts with Indian and African and Chinese and Portuguese and all that, because my family is on every side. My grandmother is Portuguese Indian. You understand? So they can't tie me up with all that talk with what. But I make the point to show them. I make the point, Corky, to show them that guess what? While you're talking about me, it's Indian lover and house nigga, because that's how they put it. Why they say that? I'm trying to show them that the real people that is in bondage is their minds. Is their minds in bondage, Corky? Their mind, that is what the PNM put in bondage.
There's only one race, the human race.
Right. So what happened to them
is
that they live in the worst condition, and they tend to believe that they're living in $1 million apartment. And those who will talk like Baratari and all of them, is not only they getting paid to talk, but they are a little better off than the brother. And then people like them doesn't want to see the brother elevate. But my job is to elevate every black man from the gong, every poor Indian from the gong. My job is to help them to elevate themselves to become self-sustenance in this society. That is my job. My job is to move them from the pits of the PNM, from the ideology of the PNM. My job is to move them from there so that they will recognize that they must first demonstrate self-esteem, and they must esteem themselves higher than what people hold them in, so that they will be able to move and live and to help the family to become something in society. Welcome, caller.
Yeah, good night. Hear me again.
Yes, sir.
You see, Renzi was what? Not an Indian man?
Yep.
Well, and Butler was African.
Mm-hmm.
And the both of them stand up for the two oppressed race.
Right.
So I don't know where we're going. This is what I'm saying. The Council of the Revolution, when this thing over, we have answers to answer, Careful with tongue again. We're going down a road that your sister married an Indian man. Yes, married where we going? Is it? We have to stand up as the two oppressed race.
Correct.
I took a man in Port of Spain North, St. Anne's West to represent us against Junior Jackie, who was oppressing poor people within the community for years, until people rise up violently against him, which wasn't the right direction. You hear? Mr. Prudham, who we put there, abused the office, and when the people stand up against him, he run and join the ILP. He run and join the ILP and forget the work he doing for the two oppressed race within the community, because he tried to abuse the power that we put him in office to do. We don't want that sort of thing happening at all. That the community that we could take back, because Mr. Sherwin Jones hiding right now. He's hiding. He's hiding from people within the community. I tell you last week that little children want to see him and he hide from them. Oh gosh. And I live to see that they had a cookout in the grounds 3 years ago, and the children asked him for help. And he did not, and he find himself there. On the day of occasion, he find himself there. I sit down and watch little children chase him out the ground. This Mr. Sewin Jones, and hide himself since after. So this is a community. The PNM never lost a seat,
Right.
But I spend North St. Anne's West. The PNM never lost that, in all the goings, And we tell them to from them. And this man sit down and date back to them, because he abused the office.
See what I mean?
Thank you again.
Thank you, caller. That is it, Cocky. That is it, you know. Every time the PNM on the back foot, they jump the race, they jump to this thing, and they talk that I'm a proud black man, and I'm better than that. Welcome, Cora.
Good afternoon again, Mr. Roberts.
Yes, sir.
This fight is not between Indian and African.
Yes,
this
sir.
Fight is against the system that's screwing both Indian and African equally.
You could tell them that one more time.
The fight is about against the system that is screwing both Indians and Africans equally.
I want question.
And let me tell you something.
I want question first. Are Philip Head or Flathead?
Philip and
all right, good. Go ahead.
Let me tell you something.
Go ahead.
The caller from Barataria happy like Papi. You forget Saddam Hussein representing he. You know, UNC constituency, he not calling from Beatum, you know.
Yeah.
He living nice.
Yeah.
In former Barataria, here UNC constituency, but let me tell you something further than that.
Yeah.
They let the talk straight to Indian African talk every night, same stupidness. The talk right now should be all your withdraw, all your membership from the union. You go see how fast the union go get out and fight against procurement and thing legislation. They go stop. They go and fight to repeal procurement legislation. The people have to withdraw their money from. Let the union get off their asses and come out there. If Abdullah wants to eat, let him go and dig a yam in Labyrinth.
Yeah, we had that.
They mustn't eat and live out. They eat and live in.
Yeah, we had yam down there for them.
Let me stop the talk and let me face the system. Let me fight the system.
We got 4 calls coming in. Yes.
Yeah.
Thanks. That
all right, caller. Thanks. We'll talk again.
Yes.
Welcome, caller.
Hello. We lost that one.
Lost it?
218-7762. Yes. Wow. What a show.
Yes, brother. And brother, when we look at the condition in which we live in. Hello, caller. Welcome.
Hello. Very, very good evening to you, Mr. Roberts and Corky.
Yes, sir. Good day.
Okay, so what troubled me today, I am not really a senior citizen as yet. March, I'll be 64.
All right. Praise God.
I had a sterling career offshore and whatnot, and I am surviving very decently.
Right.
However, I am worried about that statement on television today, where they suspended the senior citizen grant and the food card.
What?
Yes, it was on national news.
That is news for me, caller,
It
because
was
today,
on national news tonight.
what
The
tonight?
Ministry of Social Development has suspended the...
Donna Cox?
8 o'clock news tonight. Sorry, 7 o'clock news. Anyway, what I am studying is that there is people who still have the children and whatnot, who collecting the grants and whatnot.
Caller, you're serious? You're serious?
I am serious. I wouldn't call and make no joke like this. It was on national news.
They suspend...
Anyway, what I am saying is that there is people who depend on this religiously. And with this little bit of money, they buy the medication, they have the bills to pay, the light bill, the water bill and whatnot. Right? This money is not even enough to pay for medication. What these people are going to do, and on top of this, you are asking the same people if they're in a dwelling, that they should be paying property tax also. Where are we going? But hear what? That is important. Forget all of that. Important. Very soon we're going to get a $1.3 billion airport in Tobago. That's more important. A $400 million highway to nowhere. That's important. 300 new buses. We really need that? This is how we're treating the senior citizens who break their backs, blood, sweat, and tears to build this country where it is today. I am so disappointed. All the best. Have a great evening.
Thank you, caller. Vishnu, somebody call. Give me some more information on this one here now. Somebody give me some information. Call me. Give me some information on this last caller contribution with the suspension of these grants. Somebody call me and give me some information. Give me some information, please.
Yeah, well, we got douglAR
Vishnu, somebody.
Put it up on douglAR radio.
Call me, Archie, somebody. Give me some information. Because I got gone in shock.
What trouble is this?
Give me some information. Give me some information. You know, I ain't going to comment until I get facts. I'm not saying that the caller ain't give me facts. But I want some additional information on that fact. So somebody, give me that. So brother, As we wait for Vishnu or Archie or somebody to give me some information on that.
Yes.
I'm saying that this well like this whole place gone mad. If what the scholar now saying really is what really happening, this place finally gone mad.
The rehab shut down as well.
This place really gone mad. We gone.
Yes. What's going on, boy?
Well, but like this scholar put me in shock, yes. Like this last scholar put me in shock. It had things that I just say that nothing to shock me, but scholar like you now put me in shock with way now tell me they.
Yes.
Like you put me in shock. And if this is what happening in this country, well, I tell you, this country really reach where it going. This country really reach where it going.
Telling me?
218-7762. 218-7762. Give me some information. We have just about 8 minutes before we close. We have 8 minutes before we close. Brother, I ain't hearing nothing from Keith Rowley. When I say a statement from Keith Rowley,
I don't know. This man like he.
well, it's either he get COVID, it's either he really get COVID this time, either he in quarantine, or either I hear Anil just be Anil just be asking some kind of question. Hey, see this Anil Roberts, right? This Anil Roberts just be asking Rowley some kind of question. That Anil, I know if your mouth, like your mouth take the man, boy. Like your mouth take the man, Anil, boy. Like your mouth take the man, because I ain't hear him at all. I know if he forgetting where he living, or if he forget, or if the blows in Tobago, the area that 14-1, have him kind of the range. I know what really going on with him. But I ain't hearing him. I ain't hearing him. I know if he in the country. I know if he going down Venezuela. I know if he going and check Maduro. I ain't hearing him at all. I hear him. It seems as though we had to put out some kind of missing person report, because we ain't hearing the man at all. Anyhow, Trinidad and Tobago. Anyhow, if what we now hearing is gospel, then it shows that we can't even wait for this month to finish. We can't even wait for this month to finish. It have a certain caller only asking me for the date. He only asking me for the date, Cocky. What is the date? He ain't giving me the date. But like he forcing me to give him the date, boy. Like he forcing me to give him the date. But I'm a little bit of control. I ain't giving him the date yet. I ain't giving him the date yet. Let me see what happening. Let us see what's going on in this country. Trinidad and Tobago, putting all joke and fun aside, this country reached the stage where we just can't go over the precipice. We, at this point in time, we are to the peak of going over the precipice. And we have to turn this country in another direction. And the direction that we have to turn this country in is a direction which will help all of us, you, me, and everybody else, in the direction where a future can be seen just be under the ridge, just over the ridge. And in order for this to happen, we now have to put aside every other foolish ideology that we had. We have to put aside every form of ignorance. And as Corky always said to me, we have to put aside that idiotic race talk and stand together to help this country to survive. We cannot continue losing 10, 15, 20, and 30 citizens on a daily basis. We can no longer tolerate that. We can no longer tolerate our brothers getting shoot down. Today, a while ago, I received a text message that there was a shooting in Erin and someone who I know
Yes.
was also killed down in the deep south area in Erin. And we cannot continue to allow our youths to be murdered on a daily basis in these areas. And what is really shocking and sad about these areas, Corky, the majority of these murders, it is occurring within the areas that is controlled by the PNM. And that is a fact. Whether they want to accept it or not, that is a fact. We cannot continue to lose, or to lose, for a better word, our young ladies to rape and murder as often and as regular that it occurs in our country. Yes. We just cannot continue along these lines. It is a clear case where those in authority do not have a clue. They do not understand what is the necessary policies to put in place, and the policies that they keep trying is not working. We have to be able to change the policy in this country, and in order to change the policies in this country, we have to change the policy makers. And if we have persons who are incompetent in the office of the Attorney General, in the office of the Ministry of Health, in the office of this lady, Donna Cox, it just slipped me, in the office where we have to assist our citizens, we cannot continue to have these people incompetent sitting in these areas where our citizens of the country who reach an age after they have committed themselves in working and paying their taxes and contributing to the economy of this country in welfare, in every aspect of welfare and every aspect of helping our mature citizens to benefit. And it seems as though that there is no hope whatsoever. None whatsoever. And we just cannot sit idly by and allow things to work because you and I might have some little dollars still in our pocket or under the mattress or somewhere, which will soon run out. Which will soon run out. And to the end of the day, ladies and gentlemen, what would we do? Because I'm saying that the next crisis that is coming is within the Ministry of Agriculture. Corky, very soon we would not be able to provide food for ourselves. We would not be able to provide food just now because there is no plan in agriculture. None whatsoever. It seems as though that we are just guessing on a daily basis. Right? It seems that we are just hoping that something work out and something happen that may change the direction, but it won't. It won't happen. Social development is the word I was trying to remember just now with Donna Cox. It won't happen. We have to make it happen. We have to do something in order to bring about the change. And if we don't want to do something to bring about the change, ladies and gentlemen, it is best we do just as the government and throw our hands up in the air and surrender and let whatever happen.
Sad.
Because that is where we headed. Welcome, caller.
Victor and Coquet, tell them for me, and especially Roger. Tell Roger for me, were you in a conspiracy against the former government and you damage your life and the livelihood of the people in the Southwest Peninsula in the oil spill? We want to know that. Don't come, because if you get money, what you're attacking it means you want money to keep your mouth shut.
Well, I know you tell him call and he go answer you. I sure he ain't answering you. He hear you, don't feel he ain't hear you. He hear you loud. The Facebook.
Huh?
Where are you logged?
Marbella area, I watching them all now.
You on the Facebook or you on the Mixcloud? Where are you on?
No, the douglAR politics. No, and the.
Oh, douglAR politics.
Archie, check what going on there, Archie.
On YouTube.
Yeah, yes, sir.
All right, Archie will check that.
Archie, check and see what going on there. The callers down in Marbella having some problem, Archie. That's your area.
We're not saying Mr. Roberts at all, man. Discuss, but don't worry.
All right, thank you.
I don't have control over that. All right, you're welcome.
All right, Dad, see what going on there on the books. See what going on the books, Arch.
Yes, it's really, really, really sad sometimes how every time people keep bringing back the race talk. A guy met me the other night and saying, yes, see the kind of comments they're putting up there on the thing. I says, what kind of comments is that?
Yeah.
And you would explain to me what is happening wrong.
Let me tell you what has gone around election.
Yes.
It's a strategy that has been used to destabilize the voters' mind.
Okay.
So what happened is once they hear election is coming and it's close, you will see statements coming up
Yes.
which will negatively impact the East Indian people, and you will also see statements that will negatively impact the African people coming up on social media. And those posts are posts there for a reason.
Oh.
And you will start to hear talks from from coming out from certain quarters about black people and black people and black people and black people, you know, and I just laugh. It's sad, but it's something that I laugh at because I laugh to see how stupid people allow themselves to become when an election is in the air, and some of them allow that to hinder their judgment in voting for policies and in voting in carrying this country forward.
Yes.
So I laugh. Just like some of the comments that they will put on social media in relation to me, Corky.
Yes.
It's like a distraction. But the difference with me and those posts is that those posts, they do absolutely nothing to me. A man could put what he wants on social media about Victor Roberts. It doesn't interfere with my with my mind. It doesn't interfere. It doesn't interfere with me, period.
Right.
Some I read and I laugh. Some I don't have time to read. And that is as far as that go with me. But mind you, everybody is not me.
Right.
Everybody is not me. But that's the game that play with this politics. It's a nasty game.
Yes.
In that people allow themselves to be sidetracked by it. You will hear, even from the Prime Minister, when the PNM on the back foot, you will hear stories, you will hear the Prime Minister using phrases like, I'm a proud black man.
Yes.
That sends a message to the African people. And they want to give me a banana, like as a monkey, and you know, they will, that's how the game go. That's how the game go. And you will hear a story like the black man behind, and when he come in power, he do everything to send the black man further. You understand? So before the election, you will hear that kind of talk. But when they actually hold the office, then they kick you and send you further back down the drain.
Yeah.
That is the reality of things.
Yes.
You know,
Because it goes away and then it comes back.
Right. So every election, look for that. The leader, Kamla Prasad Bisesa, make a statement by saying blank man, meaning that everything Rowley gave the people for the first 5 years was blank, blank, blank. So they take that blank and they say black. And with that black now, all the idiots run with it. She called me the blank man, and African people is blank people and all that sort of hogwash. And they run and they vote for the blank man or the black man, anyhow they want to call him. And what they
black man.
Right. And what they're reaping now is the actions of being blank. That is what they're getting right now. Everything blank. And that is what they... I remember when I was campaigning, a lady tell me, you are real belly. Like, you know, you're a blank man too. I say, no, sister. Don't put me in other category. I am not a blank man. That is for you and your Prime Minister.
Your page is not blank.
Yeah, me had time with that. I had too much action on my page to be blank.
Yes.
And that's the reality. Corky, we have 2 minutes going.
Yes.
And I will take my favorite song now.
Oh, all right. Let me look for that quick here.
I will take my favorite song. So we'll take one more call. We'll take one more call. Who is the lucky caller? I'll be counting down. You have 10 seconds. 218-7762.
Yes.
218-7762. I'll take one more call. And then we will run with that tune. So we go in 10. We go in 9. 8. 7. 6. 5. 4. 3.
I feel when you counting down for Christmas, boy.
2.
New Year.
1. Blessed good night on the button. On the button, Corky. Corky, I feel somebody do that wickedness of spite, boy. Hello, caller. Welcome.
Hello, this is Sandra Mangal. I like to say Happy New Year to both of you. I didn't talk to Corky before the year yet.
Happy New Year to you.
Same to
as
you,
well.
ma'am.
So I was counting down with you 10, 9.
Oh! Good.
This is the lady who sent all the beautiful Christmas cards here.
Okay,
Yeah.
Good.
So you all be safe and thanks a lot for the program. I've been listening now.
All right, ma'am. We appreciate that, and you be safe. Keep your loved one close and protect them as much as you could in relation to the pandemic, and you stay blessed, and God will continue to bless us all.
All right.
Well, right now I'm having sada roti and pak choy.
Oh, you see, my favorite food. I'm coming up the road, and my wife tell me, look for some tomatoes so we can make some tomato choke and sada roti in the morning.
What?
Okay.
All right. Thank you, ma'am.
God bless. Thanks.
Same to you and everybody. We say from douglAR Radio, blessed good night, and we look forward to seeing you tomorrow, same time, same station. Stay blessed, stay safe. We out.
All right.
And you pretend you don't know that belong to me. By fraudulent means, you took them away. But you better get ready for the price you have to pay. We don't need no more
The douglAR is well rested. Family is healthy and safe. Christmas was quiet and New Year was rung in with reflection, thought, compassion, and worry for our beloved country. The douglAR has relaxed for the first time in 5 years, but the douglAR is now energized. He's ready, and douglAR politics begins its restart for 2022. Wednesday, tomorrow, Coffee and Doubles returns. Monday, douglAR Radio, 6:15 p.m., U97.5 FM. The douglAR will be on. And Wednesday night, next week, Wednesday, 7:30 p.m. douglAR Politics live. Rowley, oh Lord, I had to try my best to stay quiet. Oh God, Al Rawi, wait, I want to know where the loophole, boy. I'm calling you. I want to know where the loophole to learn to put on makeup like you, mascara, wearing tight pants, dunce clong AG. PNM, all you go now. You're gone from Tobago, go from Trinidad. Leave we in peace. The douglAR is back. douglAR Politics. We coming back strong.
This is douglAR Politics, yeah. douglAR Politics.